As the 2024 presidential election looms, it feels like we're living in a twisted satire. Imagine a circus where the ringmaster insists the acrobat is perfectly balanced, despite stumbling over his own feet. For years, the media assured us that President Joe Biden was mentally sharp, dismissing any concerns as mere partisan smokescreens. But now, as the evidence of his cognitive decline becomes impossible to ignore, Biden has dropped out of the race, and the same media outlets scramble to adjust their narrative. It's a chaotic revelation that brings to mind the dark irony of the Joker's world, where the truth is a punchline delivered too late. This belated acknowledgement of Biden's condition not only exposes the media's deceit, but also forces us to question the very fabric of our information landscape. For much of Biden's presidency, the mainstream media painted a picture of a competent, steady leader. Any suggestion of cognitive decline was dismissed as partisan rhetoric, often ridiculed and brushed aside. Critics who dared to raise concerns were labeled as conspiracy theorists or politically motivated detractors. However, the signs of Biden's cognitive issues have been apparent to many for some time. His frequent gaffes, memory lapses, and moments of apparent confusion were not new developments, but ongoing concerns that were systematically downplayed or ignored by major news outlets. The question that arises is why the media chose to obscure these signs for so long. The answer, it seems, lies in political bias of under-ministerial presidents they heavily supported. Throughout Biden's campaign and early presidency, the portrayal was overwhelmingly positive. Any narrative that could potentially harm his image or raise doubts about his capabilities was suppressed. This selective reporting fostered a misleading narrative that did a disservice to the American public, who rely on the media for honest and accurate information. Now, as the 2024 election approaches and Biden's cognitive decline becomes too obvious to ignore, the media is finally addressing the issue. This shift is not a result of newfound journalistic integrity, but rather the sheer impossibility of continuing the charade. The media's sudden change in tone is not about revealing the truth, but about salvaging their credibility in the face of undeniable evidence. Their delayed coverage is a reaction to the unavoidable reality that Biden's cognitive state is deteriorating, making it impossible to maintain the facade any longer. The media's handling of Biden's cognitive decline is a stark example of the broader issue of media bias. It highlights how media outlets can shape, manipulate, and control narratives to serve specific agendas. By failing to report objectively on Biden's cognitive health, the media has not only misled the public, but also contributed to the erosion of trust in journalistic institutions. The role of the media should be to inform the public impartially, not to protect political figures from scrutiny. This situation also underscores the importance of holding media accountable. When the press fails to report honestly, it undermines the democratic process. Voters need accurate information to make informed decisions. By downplaying or ignoring Biden's cognitive issues, the media deprived the electorate of essential information, potentially influencing the outcome of the 2020 election and the subsequent perception of his presidency. Moreover, this episode has broader implications for how we view and assess our leaders. Cognitive health is a critical aspect of a president's ability to perform the demanding duties of the office. It is not a trivial matter to be swept under the rug for the sake of political expediency. The presidency requires sharp mental acuity, the ability to make quick, sound decisions, and the capacity to handle the immense pressures of the job. When a president shows signs of cognitive decline, it is a matter of national concern that must be addressed transparently. The media's reluctance to confront this issue until it became unavoidable speaks to a deeper problem within the industry. There is a pressing need for more rigorous, unbiased reporting and a commitment to truth over political allegiance. Journalists have a duty to the public to report facts, even when they are inconvenient or damaging to those in power. As we move towards the 2024 election, it is imperative that the media learn from this debacle. They must strive to regain the public's trust by committing to honest, unbiased reporting. This includes not only addressing Biden's cognitive health openly, but also applying the same standard of scrutiny to all candidates, regardless of political affiliation. The electorate deserves transparency and honesty from both their leaders and the media. The belated coverage of Biden's cognitive decline is a reminder of the critical role that media plays in our democracy and the dire consequences when they fail to uphold their responsibilities. The media must prioritize truth and integrity, ensuring that the public is well informed and able to make decisions based on accurate information. In the aftermath of Biden's decision to drop out of the race, the media's sudden pivot to cover his cognitive decline in depth is a glaring indictment of their previous negligence. It's as if the Joker's twisted sense of humor is at play. They laugh at the very notion they once vehemently denied. This is not just a failure of journalistic ethics, but a betrayal of the public trust. By refusing to address Biden's cognitive issues until it became politically expedient, the media has shown that they are willing to compromise truth for convenience. The implications of this are profound. It means that the narratives we consume are not necessarily rooted in reality, but are often constructed to fit a particular agenda. This realization should be a wake-up call for the public to be more critical of the information they receive and to demand greater accountability from the media. Moreover, this situation highlights the importance of transparency in leadership. Leaders must be forthcoming about their health and capabilities, especially when it concerns their ability to govern effectively. Biden's decision to drop out of the race, prompted by the undeniable evidence of his cognitive decline, is a stark reminder of the human limitations that even the highest office cannot escape. It is a call for more honest and open discussions about the physical and mental demands of leadership. As we approach the 2024 election, the media must take this opportunity to reflect on their role in this debacle and commit to a higher standard of journalism. They must strive to provide the public with a clear, unbiased view of all candidates, ensuring that voters have the information they need to make informed decisions. This is not just about correcting past mistakes, but about safeguarding the future of our democracy. In conclusion, the media's delayed acknowledgement of Joe Biden's cognitive decline and his subsequent withdrawal from the 2024 race is a glaring example of journalistic failure. For years, they dismissed legitimate concerns, only to reverse course when the evidence became irrefutable. This episode highlights the need for a more accountable and unbiased media, one that is committed to informing the public honestly and transparently. As we approach the 2024 presidential election, it is crucial that the media learn from this experience and uphold their duty to the American people. Only then can we hope to restore faith in our journalistic institutions and ensure a more informed electorate.